Ford subbing out Bajan Hill, who's burned on that third down pickup.
Hey, Joey Notch, despite the pressure getting to him tonight, being knocked around a couple of times, he still looks comfortable in the pocket right there. That pass to the far sideline was perfect there.
Only the second catch by Nicholas Roos, the sophomore out of West Torrance High School. 5'10", but he a short man with a big resume. As Notch hands it off to Kendall Sparks. Zigzags 45 and pushes ahead to the 41-yard line. Your thoughts about the running game? Kendall Sparks, 63 yards on 14 carries.
Keep feeding him. I mean, you got to slow this game down. You got to cut down some points, and this is exactly what you do. You establish the run, then hopefully that play action deep is now present. Let's see if they go to it now on second down.
Riverside in danger of giving up their first points on the defensive side all football game. This has been one of the best home defenses in the junior college football ranks. It's a 2nd and 6 from their own 41. Fans it out to his other target. That's Kendall Sparks, and he zigzags for a gain of 1. Pinballs after a 1-yard pickup, maybe 2 out to the 40-yard line.
Kendall Sparks getting involved in the run game and also in the pass play right there. Swing pass to the near sideline, and he got a couple there. Not bad. I mean, 3rd and 6, still manageable.
Well, El Camino now 5 of 12 on third down conversions compared to 1 of 6 for Riverside in this game. If they've done one thing well, it's been hanging in there on third down. This time 6 to go from the 40-yard line of Riverside. No man's land. Yes.
Big third down.
Nowhere near field goal range here. El Camino needs to make the play. Fans it out to Kendall Sparks, who dropped the football. Second drop by El Camino here in the half.
And the blitz continues to disrupt right there. Riverside sending 2 linebackers in, including their 4 down linemen, and they got to him. And so Notch will leave the field, and here comes the punting unit, man.
What's amazing is that Riverside, despite bringing all sorts of pressure, has held El Camino under 150 yards of offense and have tallied 3 sacks against one of the quickest passing offenses in the junior college ranks. They had 3 sacks at the end of the first quarter, and they have disrupted Joey Notch all night long.
I seriously thought this drive here, this possession from El Camino was going to result in some type of points the way they were driving.
It definitely did, as the deep end over end kick will be caught at the 16-yard line by Michael Stallone. And that'll end up being for one of the best punters in the game, Joshua Thomas. That, I believe, and is only a 25-yard punt. Riverside starts at their own 16.
Yeah, despite it being a short punt, it's great. It's a great spot to have the ball starting behind the Riverside 20. Not bad.
Well, it looks like into the game for Riverside, number 62 playing at guard, Dwayne Wallace, freshman out of ML King at 350 pounds. He's going to be an interesting prospect for us, getting some playing time here, leading by 10. Nicholas King still in the game. Shotgun snap, and he'll take it himself. Pass rush coming, and down he goes. But a flag is down and a potential holding. It doesn't matter. King for a 6-yard sack.
Well, King showing his inexperience right there. What he didn't notice there was El Camino overloaded the right side, and guess where he runs to? He runs to the right side. Right. So right there, he should have called another play, should have, resetted himself and given himself another look, and instead of running into where most of the defenders are.
Ran right into the blitz, and Nicholas King is dropped. A 5-wide set here for Riverside. Alejandro Marenco, one of the 3 transfers from Fullerton College, who had 18 catches last year, has 0 receptions in 3.5 games of this year. He's located in the slot to the near-hand side of Nicholas King. This has been a rushing offense.
No safeties, Nick.
Among the best for Riverside. Yes, no safeties. It's the Warriors tight to the line here, bringing 5. They drop 6. King looking left. Hoists the ball deep. He's going to a double-covered target, incomplete, 2nd and 10.
Right there, King.
3rd and 15, excuse me.
King saw the same thing we saw. He got a little too trigger happy right there, just letting that one go a little too early. Should have been patient, held onto the ball, and waited for his receiver to establish at least a foot in front of that defender there. Well overthrown.
What doesn't even sound correct is that of all the plays to go to on 2nd down and 15 with 0 catches by Isaac Whitney, it is a pass deep into double coverage, a hanging ball in the air to 5'10" receiver Michael Stallone. 3rd and 15 here. 1 of 6 are the Tigers on 3rd down. Crowd on its feet asking for its offense to make a play. Only the 2nd, 3rd down completion if they're able to move the chains. King slings it over the middle and has his man. That is
complete with number 3.
Jermel Walker. That'll be a 11-yard pickup, but not enough to move the chains here, Dan. Riverside has to punt.
I was gonna say if King gets this third down here, he would definitely establish himself as the for sure future starter of this team instead of coming in late in this one. But right there, completed a great pass, very accurate there. The post to the middle, but 4 yards short.
Well, it makes it a little bit easier for Anthony Zamora, Paloma Valley product on for the punt. His 7th kick, averaging 40.2 yards per punt. That ball will bounce into enemy territory and will be dropped at the 38-yard line. Ryan Navarro, the long snapper, completely destroyed Bajan Hill, who's limping to the sideline. Friendly fire here for Riverside in this football game.
Yeah.
Shooting ourselves in the foot are the Tigers, who should be up by 20, yet only up by 10.
Hey, El Camino now with decent field position. That last possession was decent. Now with better field position, if they continue that type of a drive, they'll find themselves in the red zone.
Well, Mount Sac didn't just find the red zone, but the end zone, as Long Beach leads, but only by 5 early in the third against Mount Sac.
Coming back,
the Mounties, the number 1 team in Southern California, indeed are coming back, yet still Long Beach is on top in that football game. We'll get you up-to-date stats on that. 7:45 to go, Notch looking to throw. Pass rush coming, and he'll take an under and slide. That'll be a loss of 2. Mickey Fangatua in there for yet another sack, his 2nd today.
Well, one thing Notch didn't see was Colin Hindle, the tight end from Redondo Union, was totally open. The play action right there held the linebackers in check. They froze, and he should have hit his tight end because he was open. Instead, he tucks the ball in and decides to take a sack.
Well, that'll be sack number 5 for Riverside. This has been a defensive performance for the record books here for the Tigers over the first 4 games. I have been pleasantly surprised with the strength of this football team being its defensive play. Kendall Sparks motions to the right. Pass rush coming. Notch didn't see him, and down he goes. Another sack, this time only a 2-yard loss. Mickey Fangatua gets credit for the sack, along with, I believe, yes it is, that is number 93 for the Tigers, Chris Carter.
Wow, Chris Carter right there. Great job of getting, only a freshman, by the way, playing like a senior stud right there in that play.
Well, Mickey Fangatua has been involved. A busy man in the office today. 2.5 sacks for Mickey Fangatua, the sophomore out of Baldwin High School in Hawaii of the United States. 6:22 to go on a running clock. Man in motion, that is number 23, Stallone. Back to throw. Notch nearly intercepted. Incomplete. A.J. Hodgkins signaling an incomplete pass. 4th down and 16. The Warriors have to punt. That is now 5 of 14 on 3rd downs today for El Camino.
A.J. Hodgkins, Jonah Moy type of a game today. This is their
Amazing
game. They have been overly dominant, and it looks like El Camino has no answer for this Riverside defense. One thing they abandoned right now was the run. They didn't run the ball. That's something I would have liked to see.
Well, El Camino still under 3 yards a carry here, Dan, running the football today. It has not been a good third quarter here for El Camino running the football. Michael Stallone will signal fair catch and makes the reception at the 29-yard line. That punt was nearly blocked by Riverside. And now, starting from their own 29-yard line, will Riverside elect to continue to run that rock there, Dan?
Yeah, and now the key right now for this possession here would be establish the run, whether with Nicholas King or Denzel Foster. I'd like to see a drive sustain more than just 1 first down. I want to see multiple first downs created here by the Riverside Tiger team.
Yeah, Riverside has no answer for critical 3rd downs. Only 1 of 7 today, moving the chains on 3rd and long. Handoff.
Denzel Foster with the
Denzel Foster, and that may be a false start against Riverside. That'll be another setback by the Tigers offensively.
Starting off back-to-back possessions with false starts. Previous possession, false start. This possession, false start. You don't want to put yourself in holes like this.
Right. But how critical was that to start the third quarter? I mean, Riverside, what makes them a strong unit is they always seem to have the answers towards the end of the second and to start the third. Before and after the halftime break, They scored 10 points. It was the field goal right before halftime. Then they started with the football, traveled 68 yards to score the touchdown by Nicholas King. And instead of a tie game, it's now a 10-point lead for Riverside. Handoff on a delay to Foster, and he'll end up spinning his way for a 12-yard pickup, Dan, near a first down.
Yeah, just adding to your point, you bring that up, and it's all about energy. They start off possessions full of energy. They start off the third quarter full of energy, and then they go dry for a bit, you know?
Right. Well, Nicholas King, all 10 points offensively come with him in the football game, which poses a huge concern moving forward at the quarterback position. Delay handoff to Denzel Foster, and off a cloud of dust, he'll gain 1.
So now the dreaded third down. 3rd and 3. Super manageable. I wouldn't mind seeing Denzel Foster in this type of a situation. Let's see if he could get him in chunks.
Yeah, the problem, though, is, Dan, is that you should have the first down anyways, but the false start makes it 3rd and 3 instead of a first down and 10. Now Riverside has to travel to the 40-yard line to move the chains. King, play action, hoists the ball over the middle, and it's incomplete. Going to Matthew Morin, who had a step on the defense. That would have been a house call there, Dan, but a little bit too far.
Yeah, Nicholas King, again, getting a little bit trigger happy, releasing that ball a little too early. Should wait for that route to develop, although Morin was totally open. I mean, just overthrowing him there.
Only 1 catch in 7 quarters for the Arizona commit, Matthew Morin, the tight end. It has been a lackluster receiving day for him. Mount Sac, another touchdown for the Mounties. They take a 28-26 lead midway through the third quarter. Things are back to normal here in all sorts. Riverside looking to pull off their 3rd win, and they're opening in their 6th consecutive conference opening victory. Heading in the Tom Kraft era. There is one thing that Riverside does do very well. Opening conference play. When all the chips are on the table, Riverside wins 6-0 in conference openers.
Looks like they'll be going 7-0 if this one stands here.
Or excuse me, 5-0, they'll go to 6-0. Am I going ahead of myself or what?
Hey, you are. But, I like the way you think. You operate in the future. That's very good.
Well, I operate in the hopes that Riverside plays the way that they can, especially on the defensive side. I think it's another stalwart, maybe the performance that gets Mickey Fangatua some NCAA looks. And looking in the future, I mean, not just in this season, but moving on for Mickey Fangatua out of Hawaii. 6 sacks for him after 4 games. And, I mean, he's a guy that I'm sure will be looked at, among others, as a potential D1 starter at the next season.
It would be something if he gets all them offers. I'm sure his family would be ecstatic if that were to happen.
Well, Riverside defensively here, a perfect opportunity for all of these starters to make plays, as that offense is giving them far too many possessions. But El Camino here, trailing by 10 against one of the
still manageable, Nick.
Yeah, one of the top defenses in junior college. Here, they're looking to pin their ears back. They bring a blitz. Thomas Brown on the pursuit, and he's able to trip him up from behind after a 4-yard pickup. 3rd and 1 here upcoming for El Camino.
I go back to the Grossmont game because it would have been so interesting to see if this Riverside team would have just probably committed 1 or 2 turnovers.
If they could have won that game. Yeah.
I mean, this defensive team right here would have...
I'm sure they would have won the game.
Yeah, they would have given themselves a better chance.
Grossmont, a 10-point victory against the unranked Griffins. Riverside College now is on the outside looking in, ranked number 9 in California, following the top seed in the state after just 2 weeks ago. Boy, does that seem like an eternity since they have been ranked number 1 in California. 3rd down, handoff to Kendall Sparks. Will be short of the marker. 4th down and inches here, and the offense is on the field.
This is one of the situations I want to see this Riverside Tigers involved in. I want to see El Camino go for it. I want to see if this Riverside defensive front is able to stop a crucial 4th and 1.
Well, A.J. Hodgkins, who has 8 tackles today, he's on the sideline looking to run onto the field. 3:31 to go here on Spreaker.com. Tigers 17 and the Warriors 7. Dan Gadino along with Nick Rice joining you on the national sports radio station. And the Warriors have yet to put points on the board offensively, Dan.
Right. And when I think 4th and short, 4th and 1, I think playoff football.
Right.
And so this type of situation starts to train you mentally for the playoff runs. When you're exhausted, 4th quarter, 4th and 1, who's going to show up? Is it you or them? And this is the type of situation that I would like to see Kraft develop his players into getting used to.
You got to believe that this will not be the last time that Riverside faces a 4th and short on defense and
Right.
keeps does El Camino their offense. Nope, excuse me. No, they're going to punt the football away. Disappointing.
Plain strategy.
Plain strategy.
10-point game. You're still in it. 3:31 in the third quarter. You're hoping for a strong fourth quarter finish if you're El Camino.
Right. Well, yeah.